Nothing wrong with them not mentioning a restricted free agent. First of all, Chicago Sky has the leverage. So Kennedy Carter can tweet whatever she wants. Chicago Sky have the leverage at the end of the day. That's what they're not telling y'all. I don't think y'all know how free agency works and how bad the actual collective bargaining agreement with the WNBA is right now. Again, players really have no real control other than say, I'm not going to play, because the WNBA was still building. It was still coming up with their mainframe, their infrastructure. Players didn't have a lot of power. Team owners have a lot of power right now in the CBA. That's why you heard, even though it's rumors and conjectural, players were saying that they don't mind sitting out. It's going to be a long CBA conversation for 2026. So again, yes, we can talk about how big the contract is going to be, but as far as the CBA, that's just part of the CBA. There's stipulations in there. The contract is just a astronomical financial part of it. But when you think about the CBA, it's player movement, free agency, ownership responsibilities, team responsibilities, players' responsibility, the freedom to move, for owners to trade, cut, suspend core players. A lot of that is involved in the CBA. And a lot of channels actually aren't telling y'all that. The CBA the WNBA has right now is criminal. It is horrible for players. And if they want to sit out 2026, I don't blame them. The CBA the WNBA has currently is horrible. It's horrible. The way they can core players, the way they can suspend players, like, it is horrible to say these players weren't getting paid a lot. So let's start there. But again, Chicago has all the leverage, and Kennedy Carter coming back or not. Kennedy Carter can tweet whatever, and we're going to get to it. I think it's slide 4. Kennedy Carter can tweet whatever she wants. Chicago Sky can say whatever they want in any presser. They don't got to mention her. Again, someone sent me 2 videos from different channels about Chicago Sky not mentioning Kennedy Carter in their presser. If you're an NBA fan, you know this. You don't mention free agents. You especially restricteds. You don't give them any leverage as a team. It's a business, and we looking for them to be nice. It's a business. The moment we realize that, the moment y'all will stop taking what a lot of channels come out as rumors as serious. This is a business. These teams run an organizational, financial business. This ain't Rutgers Park, where they're just going out there and picking 5 people. This is a business. The GM doesn't work for Kennedy Carter. He works for the owners, and the owners work for the league. Again, even when we want to get on, Kathy. Kathy works for the owners. She does what the owners do, and this is what I didn't see before we get to the next slide. This what I didn't see in none of the hoopla about Kathy, even though I feel we should move on. No one blamed the owners. She literally works for the owners. Like, I don't think people actually know. I don't think people actually know what a commission. A lot of people don't know what a commissioner is. They literally work for the owner. Now, they can do legal things to, like, dismiss an owner for, like, racism or financial unwelfare, things like that. But as far as, like, just on the up and up, commissioners work for the owners. So just how we get on Kathy, we got to get on the owners too for how they're moving. Again, it's a business. They're going to approach it like that. So when we hear them talk, we have to understand that's what it is. And again, the CBA right now is horrible for the players, and I'm glad they're going to possibly sit out 2026, because it definitely needs to be restructured. It definitely needs to be redid. That CBA needs to be thrown away, because players have no freedom or flexibility. And I don't know who agreed to this. I'm going to go look. I don't know what was the stipulations, what pluses, because I don't really want to speak on it like so much because I don't know what pluses they had in the CBA this time that they didn't have last time for them to keep agreeing to the structure of especially free agency, how rookies can move, how restricted free agency works, like all of that, like how they core players, like the WNBA cores players like the NFL with the franchise tag. But they core a player and they don't even get the max. So even the max, even the core isn't a max. At least on the franchise tag, you get the max. Again, I'm going to do my research. I don't know what happened in the new CBA that wasn't happening in the old CBA, but the new CBA that's currently operating, it's horrible for players. There's no freedom. There's no cap flexibility for players to move around. Again, the teams have all, it feels like the 1970s of the NBA right now. The teams have all the leverage. I gotta go see what, I don't know what it is, but they had to get something because nowhere in the world you agree to this CBA. No way. No way. No way you agree to that cap, even if you're not making money as a franchise, as an organization. You don't agree to that cap. I gotta go play overseas to make more money. That's a bad CBA. I gotta go play overseas to make more money. That's a bad CBA. I don't care if the NBA was funding us. Kathy, owners, go rub elbows with those other bit again. I don't think y'all actually look. You got the organization. You might have an owner who's just the face, but a lot of you don't know this. A lot of times the owners you see is a popularity contest. It's not the people who actually own the organization. Sometimes they're just the face of it. They don't actually own all the shares. It got shareholders who are probably partners in Dell, Google, Firefox, Coca-Cola. They probably own those organizations. It's like a shareholder group. So just because you see an owner, that don't mean they own it and y'all go pull up their network and be like, oh, I see why. No, it's bigger. It's bigger than that. Again, I do not like this CBA that they signed up for. It is, wait till we get into it. It is horrible. It is horrible. Again, teams can begin negotiating with their own free agents, not others, on January 15th. That's the start date. Again, behind the scenes, outside of the cameras, outside of reporters, they're probably talking to these players' agents like, hey, what we got to put around them for them to come back. Of course it's happening. We already know this. But officially, any rumor you see isn't true. They can't. And a lot of these reporters know this, but they know y'all bite on it. A lot of YouTubers know these things. And I'm not even saying they're ignorant to these things. They know these things, but they know y'all going to bite on their thumbnails. They know y'all going to bite on the titles of the videos. Before we get to number 2, January 15th is the first day. We got a month. We got literally a month and probably 3 weeks before they can even talk to their free agents about deals. And of course, conjecture behind the scenes, I'm pretty sure agents are having conversations with owners and GMs. We know this. Even coaches are probably in on it. Legally, January 15th. February 1st is the official start of free agency where players who are unrestricted, again, let me say this. Kennedy Carter will not be signing to nobody's team on February 1st. Delete your comment from any video that says he's signing with someone on. Kennedy Carter literally might not sign with any team until maybe March or April. My best suggestion is she'll wait until April. Again, it is the off season. Nobody's making money. They're all free agents. She don't have to rush. The team doesn't have to rush. That's why I'm excited to get into this. Again, if you got a comment on anybody's page talking about Kennedy Carter will be signing with another team, delete your comment because that whole video is wrong. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if Kennedy Carter waits until April 1st, probably the last week of March, to even sign with a team if Chicago doesn't match her offer. And we're going to get into all of that because Kennedy Carter can literally become an unrestricted free agent, but it's up to Chicago, not her agent, not another team. She can literally, and I'm about to break it down on one of my slides of how it happens. It's literally in the CBA. She can literally become an unrestricted free agent, but Chicago has to do something first. Oh, man, again, you'll probably see. And want me to tell you something wild? Let me tell you something wild. There's only, and I'm gonna pull up the slide. There's only, I think 6 official restricted free agents. Everybody else is unrestricted. Some might have stipulations of what their unrestricted is, but at the end of the day, they're unrestricted free agents. February 1st, you will start seeing unrestricted free agents, not restricted free agents, signing deals with new teams or signing back with their original team. You don't have to match no offer. They will go to the place of their choosing according to where they will benefit the most financially and on the court. What are we doing? What are we talking about? What are we talking about, man? Unrestricted free agents don't have a match sheet offer. It's literally illegal in the CBA. April 1st is the deadline for restricted free agents to sign an offer sheet that's with their former team if their offer matched any eligible team. And again, I hear y'all talking about Kennedy Carter going to some organizations. Newsflash, some organizations aren't even eligible to. I'm about to give y'all something. Some organizations aren't even eligible to sign her. I will say it one more time for the people in the back. Some organizations aren't even eligible to sign Kennedy Carter. The deadline for teams to match restricted free agents is April 15th. So, for instance, let's say hypothetically, unconjecture, let's say the Dallas Wings, I'm just throwing the team out there, even though not even possible, wouldn't even want her. So don't get in the chat saying she ain't going to the Dallas Wings. They got too many. It's an example. A lot of you need to stop being so narrow-minded and get a little broader. Let's say the Dallas Wings offered Kennedy Carter a contract. Chicago doesn't have to immediately turn around and offer her a contract. And she can literally go on Twitter. And I'm pretty sure her agent will advise against it, but she can literally go on Twitter and say, I'm signing with the Dallas Wings, Chicago Sky can be petty, not say a word until April 14th at 11:59 and send her agent and her agency an offer sheet that matches that. And legally, according to the CBA, she has to go back to the Chicago Sky whether she wants to or not. Stop worrying about what the Chicago Sky are doing with Kennedy Carter. Chicago Sky literally are in the driver's seat because of how the CBA works and her literally still being on a rookie scale. Literally. She's not in her 4th year yet. But again, she's literally a restricted free agent for a reason. A reason. If the Chicago Sky want Kennedy Carter, they don't have to go in the tabloids. They don't have to drop no presser. They don't have to mention her. They literally just have to wait until April 15th and just match any offer she gets. I'm confused at all the misinformation about this. I am literally confused. Whew. The type of free agents in the WNBA are unrestricted, restricted, reserve players, suspended players. And suspended players, their contract has to be expiring. You can't be suspended on a 3-year deal and become a free agent. They have to be on an expiring contract. Hey, what's up, Ghost, man? Hey, I'm stressed because, look, I just all this misinformation about the WNBA, all these nonsense streams. Like, we need to start teaching the new WNBA fans the actual factuals about the league so they can better enjoy it. Like, we need to start teaching them the right information so they can better enjoy the league. It is amazing how many people put out false information and people just run to it because they don't know no better. And that's okay. That's okay. But let's speak facts, not conjecture, not rumors. Let's speak facts. But what's going on, Ghost? What's going on, Ghost? Yeah, political. I agree. She said the CBA broadcast rights is what is really criminal. Yes. Again, I need to see what was in the original CBA that's in this one for them to agree to that. The players had to get something. I don't know what it is because I don't know. I only read this CBA this weekend. I need to go figure out what was in the original CBA. I need to go figure out if that contract is online because it is public information once it gets signed. So I need to go figure out what's in it because they had to get something to sign this contract because they didn't take back over no power, none. Especially for the restricted free agent, like they didn't take back over no power for the core for the players who could be cored. That's again, if you're wondering where Elena Deladine is, she's being cored by the Mystics, so she literally can't play basketball because they want to shortchange her and not give her a lucrative contract. They want to keep coring her and signing garbage players to put around her. We just pulled up the Mystics roster the other day. If you watched the Skills Edition episode 1 of the best shooter in the WNBA, we pulled up the Mystics roster. What you want Deladine to do with that? And you won't core her. What you want her to do with that roster? Oh man. Oh man. Oh, goes. Yeah, you had to put it on playback, man. You know, we getting into it, man. You had to put it on playback, man. But shout out to my dude Go for pulling up, man. The type of free agents, again, I'm just want to educate y'all when y'all listening to people talk about restricted, unrestricted free agents. The type of unrestricted free agents, players, and I'm gonna literally read all of these because some people are listening to this and not actually watching the stream because they driving home and stuff. So I want them to know what's on the screen. So if you can't see it, just stick with it. Unrestricted free agents, players who have just completed a contract need of a minimum, like I said, a minimum of 5 years of service in the WNBA gains that you have to have a service of 5 years to become an unrestricted free agent in the WNBA. Criminal. Players can also become an unrestricted free agent in their 5th season if they are cut by a team, pass through waivers without being claimed. So if they become claimed that next season, if a team claims them, they play for that team for 1 year, and then next season they become a restricted free agent. Unrestricted free agents are free to discuss terms and sign contracts with any team of their choice, unless they are cored, which Elena Deladon was. She was unrestricted, and they cored her twice, back to back.